Hey, you guys. Okay. I'm so excited to be with you. I'm so sad that our training sessions together has come to an end, but I'm so grateful for those of you who chose to playful out and rock it out. And for those of you that maybe didn't have the best results that you wanted, or maybe you missed your goal, or maybe you weren't in the top 10 or whatever. I will tell you guys, I'm just proud of you for showing up. And so I pray that you learned a lot at our workshop. And if you continued through with the training videos, I'm so hoping that you guys took away some nuggets from that as well. So I wanted to come to you guys and create a video of like, now what? Now what do I do? Okay, well, my hope and my heart's desire is that you guys took a lot away from just all of it that you were able to run with. And now you've got some nuggets. Now you have some clarity as to where you need to put your focus and you feel good. But in case you didn't, and maybe you took in a lot of material, and you're like, okay, now what do I do? What do I do? I want to share with you guys 5 principles that I think are absolutely imperative into continuing to allow the shifts to take place, the goals to come into fruition. But really, you guys, it's small things daily that are going to give you that overall huge outcome. And so I'm excited to share with you what those are. And I also want to share with you guys, look, this is the key piece, or the B piece, I guess I should say, for this month. It's a beautiful charm bracelet, and it's sizable, and this is so pretty. I love it. I put it on as soon as I got it in the mail, so I love it. And so one of the things that I think about when I think about how to create healthy habits, the first word that comes to mind is consistency. And you guys know that's one of my favorite words. It's consistency. So for example, got home from Croatia. Gosh, it was last week, and went to the gym for 3 days that I was home last week. This week, today will be day number 4 that I've worked out. And the reason behind my consistency in working out is feeling good, getting those endorphins, feeling healthy. But if I wasn't consistent in that, then it would be really easy to fall off the wagon. It would be really easy for me to just say, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, or I'll get back to that next week, or whatever the case might be. Same with my eating healthy. You know, I had lunch with a friend today, and I picked the location based off of where I knew I could find something healthy that would meet inside my macros and what I'm eating and my healthiness, and the menu that I'm set for myself. And so you guys, but I need to be consistent in that in order for me to stick with that, in order for me to be able to maintain that, my goals, where I'm going, the direction I'm heading with that. So it's all very important in our consistency. And so, you know, as you guys are thinking about, well, where do I go? We've got October, we've got November, we've got December, and before you know it, we're going to be in a new year. Christmas is around the corner. So many big things. Some of you guys want to have a cash Christmas. Some of you want to be able to pay off some debt. Some of you guys want to be able to pay for maybe upcoming events through your Mary Kay business. And so it's so imperative that we create consistency. And so you guys have done so well. Maybe you jumped on the bandwagon a little late. Maybe you fell off the bandwagon once or twice. But the key movement that needs to take place right now is getting back and being consistent, okay? And so congratulations to all of you guys that were consistent in turning in your vouchers, or at least doing the work, showing up to your weekly meeting. You guys, those are the most consistent habits that need to continue. Showing up to your weekly meeting every single week is so imperative to the importance of your success. Again, I never missed a meeting as a consultant or a sales director, you guys. I think I missed one meeting, and it might have been when I was on my honeymoon, when I was a sales director. And you guys, I mean, it's so crucial that we stay plugged in, because when we don't, our business goes on life support. I heard it from someone, and they said, 1 meeting you miss it, your business is on life support. You miss 2 meetings, your business is in danger for death. And it sounds dramatic, but the reality of it is that when you don't go to Weight Watchers, guess what? You're not worried about getting on the scale for your check-ins to see if you've lost weight. You know, if you're not going to college or your classes that you've paid for, you're likely not going to pass that class. If you are not showing up to your weekly success meeting, you are likely not making money if it's something that is absolutely in your control. And so I never missed a meeting. I never planned anything on my weekly meeting nights. I never stayed over for work. I never volunteered for overtime. I never went to church on a weekly meeting night. I never did any of that, because I knew the importance of being committed and active in my personal business was dependent upon how much I invested in me and how much I allowed others to invest in me. Because the reality is, outside of Mary Kay, you guys, you don't really have a lot of people pouring into us, right? Maybe you follow a pastor or some podcasts or things, but those aren't people who are equally invested and loving necessarily. Your pastor is, but like a podcast, they don't really know what you're going through, right? They're just speaking at you. And so when you go to a weekly meeting, you have a sisterhood. You have just this tribe of powerful women who are equally invested in seeing you thrive, just like you're invested in seeing them thrive. And so that's where that accountability comes into place, that sisterhood comes into place. Those relationships, those truly cherished relationships are so imperative. And those come from attending a weekly meeting. And so that is so, so, so important. So that's not even a principle I have written down. That is just a non-negotiable, is that y'all are going to your weekly meeting every single week, staying plugged in and making sure that you just don't miss them, because it's so, so crucial to the success of your business. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else besides my 5 principles. I would just say, you guys, at the end of the day, you invested the time and energy to show up to the workshop, play with the vouchers, all of that stuff. Don't let that go unwasted. Don't let that go unnoticed. Don't let it go wasted, because you've done all that. Why would you throw that under the table now? Why would you put it in the toilet, right? So continue to do that stuff. Continue to do the work. As I was thinking about what am I excited about in my business right now, and to be quite honest, I love being a national sales director, but I am so excited about growing my unit. I am so excited about growing my unit here in Texas. We're super spread out, but I am excited about growing my unit here in Texas. I'm excited about growing my unit everywhere. I'm working with the women and the leaders in my unit who want to step into leadership. Having women make money by consistency selling, you guys, that's what I'm excited about right now. I want my unit to be a trip unit. I want my unit to be $1 million unit. I want my unit to be doing things because that means they're making money. That's what I'm excited about. Okay. And so what are you excited about? Where are you going? What are the things that you're motivated about? So my first principle that I want to share with you guys is to set a goal with daily habits required. Okay. So set a goal with daily habits required. That does not mean set a goal of DIQ next month. What that means is set a goal with daily habits, working out daily, eating healthy, your 6 most important things, gratitude journal, self-care. What is a goal that is required for daily habits? Booking. Maybe your daily habit is booking. So your goal could be 10 new bookings. With that comes booking calls every day. So pick a goal that has daily habits that have to work together with those, because that is our number one purpose with all of this, is to create healthy habits that we'll continue to do so that we can continue to get the results, build our confidence, all those things. So it's so imperative that we are setting goals that require daily habits, because if your goal is just to, become a director or earn a car, that's great. But you guys, the missing link is the in-between. The missing link between that goal and where you are today is the in-between. And that in-between needs to be consumed with habits, healthy habits that are actually going to help you see that into fruition. Because I know we've all set goals where we missed them. The missing part was the habits, the in-between of what we're willing to do every day to make sure that those things come into fruition. Okay, number 2, my second principle is be accountable. So many people struggle with accountability. Even sales directors struggle with accountability. And the reason behind that, you guys, is because they don't like the truth. They can't handle the truth. They don't like the honesty and the reality that they're not doing what they need to do. You're not doing what you need to do, which is why we don't love accountability. You guys, accountability equals freedom. It equals freedom, because what that means is that you are doing what you need to be doing, and you are aware of your habits. You are aware of where you stand today. You are aware of your finances. You are aware of the heart rate of your business. But when we don't want to be accountable, it's because we don't want to be aware. We don't want to be aware. We don't want the facts. We don't want to know the truth. We don't want reality, right? We love to live in la la land and think, oh, I'm working because I have a couple boxes out and I've got a party next week. And so we're not accountable because we don't want reality. We don't want a dose of reality. And the dose of reality is the accountability of knowing we're not doing enough. And so number 2 principle is being accountable to your sales director. It is not a healthy relationship when she's reaching out to you saying, how are you doing? How are your bookings? Of course, she can say, how are you doing? But reality is, y'all need to be the one reaching out to your mentor and saying, this is what I got on my books. Things are great. Or, hey, I'm having a rough day. And then you can engage in conversation. But Leah, my recruiter, my director, my national never called me and said, how are your bookings, Brittany? How's your activity? No, she could see it because I was telling her, I was voxing her, I was calling her daily, every single day. I communicated with my sales director every single day. I'm not saying you need to communicate with your director every single day. If you want to move up and you want to move up fast, I would be communicating every single day. But accountability, you guys. And so I have an intense growth tracking sheet I created. It wasn't my brainchild. It's actually just a regular tracking sheet. And it was one we used to use for DIQs, but then we decided to shift it because nobody necessarily loves to go back into DIQ as a sales director, right? Like the thought of like, I'm going to put myself back in DIQ and get that momentum. Meh. Not everybody loves that idea. And so what they do love, though, is the idea of intense growth. So whether you're a consultant who desires intense growth, you're a director who desires intense growth, you are a DIQ who desires that intense growth, this sheet will work for you. And I want to encourage you guys to obsess about it. I want to encourage you to obsess about it. It's 20 faces. It is 10 new bookings, 50 leads, whether it's facial boxes, parties, faces, whatever, 5 personal shares, and checking in daily with your mentor. This is an accountability sheet that absolutely everyone can use. Whether it's filled out completely or not, doesn't matter. Turn it in. Again, nobody likes accountability because they don't like the reality. Well, reality allows us to be sober-minded and see the truth and not live in la-la land of like, oh, I'm doing the work. But wait, if I were to write it down on this tracking sheet, it looks as though I'm doing nothing, right? Accountability is crucial, you guys. Accountability is so crucial. So I will share that sheet with you. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, tomorrow is not an option. Tomorrow is not an option. And I saw this picture and it was basically just a line of people and it was Heaven's Gates and it was just a line of people. And it's basically like this is the order of how people go to heaven, but none of us know what that looks like. And again, we may not believe the same thing and that's totally okay. But the reality is whatever you believe, tomorrow's not promised. We will die. We will die one day, right? And so the reality is that we have a chance to do that tomorrow or the next day or over the weekend, might not be an option. It might not be an option. And so living as though we don't have tomorrow and operating out of we just get today. And again, to think we get more time is kind of an egotistical thing too, right? Like we don't know what's going to happen. And so the reality is that we really should be very aware of the opportunity of today, and remembering that nothing's guaranteed. But if we're willing to do the work, we have the habits and we're making the time for it, then guess what? We will see it come into fruition and we will absolutely get closer and closer to that coming together. Okay, number 4, only obsess about the activity, not the destination. I find sometimes when we focus so much on the destination and the goal that we miss all the beautiful things because we're so laser focused on that one thing. We're missing all the sideline stuff, right? We're missing all the sideline stuff. And so when we obsess about activity versus the destination, we can control that, you guys. We can control the activity. We can't control how close the destination is to us, maybe how far back it goes. Maybe we have a little bit of a teeter-totter where we got closer, but then we took a step back. Well, when you obsess about just the activity to get to that destination, then you're not going to lose sight of the destination because you're still focused on just the activity. And so there might be a little bit of passing the baton, going, coming back, take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's okay if all you're focused on is the activity. If you're obsessed about the outcome, if you're obsessed about the results, if you're obsessed about the destination, you will come up empty-handed. You will go into a place of comparison. You will go into not enough. You will start to think, I'm doing all the work and it's not coming together. Like you will go into a negative mindset opposed to obsessed about the activity and not the destination. Because if you obsess about the activity enough, AKA this intense growth tracking sheet, you guys, guess what? You will get to the destination and it will be on the right time, in the right order. Everything will go smoothly if you obsess about the activity, not the destination, not about the results, not about the win, right? Obsess about the activity because then all of that stuff will come with it. And so being, again, accountable, realistic with what your numbers need to be, but also strategically obsessing about what that needs to look like to get there. So fine, you have a destination, that's great. But if you're not in reality and strategic about what that activity needs to look like to get there, then we're kind of, again, living in la la land. And so be aware that The more we focus on the results, we'll come up empty-handed. The more we obsess about the destination and not what's going to get us there, habits, accountability, activity, then we'll just get more frustrated, and it's going to take us way longer to get there. So I want to encourage you to focus about the activity, not the destination. And number 5, my principle, just do it. Do it. Just do it. If you said you were going to go out and get facial boxes, do it. If you said that you were going to go get names, do it. If you said you were going to work on booking calls, do it. Quit allowing yourself to get off the hook. Again, all of these things are attached to habits. And with healthy habits come results. With healthy habits come the activity to get you closer to that destination. Without healthy habits, we will never hit that destination. Without accountability, not going to hit that destination. Without activity, not going to hit that destination. And so just do it, you guys. Don't overanalyze everything. Don't think that you need a voucher. Don't think that you need prizes. The ultimate prize is your confidence. The ultimate prize is the cash from your business. The ultimate prize is that reorder business from seeing those faces, from the activity that you did to get to your destination. Like, that is the win, you guys. When you choose to get over your excuses, get out from underneath your own self-pity or loathing that we might put ourselves through, right? Because we do that. And get out of your own way and do it. Do it, you guys. Just do it. You will be so glad that you did. I will be so glad that you did. Your director, your national, your family, everyone will be so happy you did, because they're going to love the confident, amazing, powerful boss babe version of you for making things happen, you guys. And I'm so excited to watch that come into fruition and for you to make that happen, you guys. But you have to just do it. And so those are my 5 principles of what do I do now? Go to work, make things happen, set yourself some non-negotiables backed by habits, and you will be so glad that you did, you guys. You'll be so glad that you did. So I'm excited to celebrate all of our winners, all of our achievers, all of your wins. So much excitement going on, you guys. And so love you lots. Let's make big things happen. You've got 90 days left in the year, you guys. We can do this.